Hello everybody and welcome to Bright Weird. Interesting subject this one, because today we're going to be touching on a subject that's just a little bit spooky. I'm sure you've all heard that there are certain people out there who claim to be able to make contact with the dead, to bring messages from the deceased to their living relatives. Many of these people, I'm sure, are conmen, theatre acts, or even charlatans. But have you considered for a moment that there may be people who are actually able to make contact with the spirits? This is an introduction to spiritualism.
The spectre of death has haunted mankind throughout the ages, and all people sooner or later ask themselves one vital question: what happens to me when I die? The true answer to this question is of supreme importance to everybody because of the profound influence it has upon our outlook on life, our philosophy, and our social relationships. Spiritualism claims to give a definite answer to this question, and in giving this answer, spiritualists affirm that man survives the change called death, and that his spirit maintains a continuous existence in our spiritual world, which surrounds and interpenetrates our material world. It also claims the truth of this assertion that can be demonstrably proved by the fact that spirit people return to us and communicate with us. Spirit communications are only made possible, however, through the mediumship of certain people who inherit well-developed skills. These people are called sensitives or mediums, and from time to time, manifestations of the presence of the spirit people are made possible by means of certain natural phenomena which are associated with their mediumship. This phenomena is of two kinds: physical and mental. Physical phenomena is of such a nature that any person sitting with the medium during its manifestation can hear or see what is happening by means of raps, levitations, audible voices, and materialized figures. The spirit people can convey certain intimate information about themselves, which can be checked up by whoever the recipient may be, and who, in the majority of cases, is unknown to the medium. In addition to establishing their identity, they are also able to convey facts and messages concerning both their life whilst on earth and their present life in the spirit world. In mental phenomena, the intelligence is conveyed entirely through the mind of the medium. The sensitive will see clairvoyantly the form of the spirit and will describe its features, form, and apparel. In addition to this, the spirit voice will be heard clairaudiently, so that the communication can be repeated to the person sitting with the medium. Sometimes the medium will develop a state of trance, so that the spirit can speak through the medium's subconscious mind, and thereby control those utterances in a more direct manner. In a similar way, the spirit can often control the medium's hand and convey what it had to say in writing. In such mental forms of communication, however, the medium's subconscious mind tends to colour or taint to some extent what is given to them. But even with this disadvantage, it cannot prevent the facts being given which are totally unknown by the sensitive. Teachings and philosophy have been communicated from time to time regarding the purpose of life and the destiny of man, arising from the facts of survival, which have so profoundly altered our conception of life that it has given rise to an entirely new religious outlook, which is diametrically opposed to many of the fundamental ideas of previous religions. This is not surprising in view of the fact that spiritualism has been established on facts and not beliefs. Mediumship has now been demonstrated over a period of 150 years, during which the main testimony concerning the survival of man beyond the grave has been confirmed millions of times. Millions of people in Great Britain alone have received evidence of the survival of the spirit into the other world through communications. It has been proved over and over again that the return of any particular individual can be demonstrated not only in one phase of physical phenomena, but in dozens of different forms of communication, not only by one medium, but by many mediums. This evidence is overwhelming, and the spiritualism has come to stay. To quote the spiritualist Ernest Thompson, spiritualism has indeed a great mission to perform. It will replace our present materialistic outlook with a revelation of the spiritual truth, which will transform this earth of ours. It will banish fear and ignorance, poverty and war, and commence a new age of love and harmony, wisdom and peace, an age of infinite possibilities and endless progress. With fresh courage, born of the revelation of spiritualism, man will march forward into a new age of spiritual emancipation. Such is the mission and teaching of spiritualism.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that little insight into spiritualism. Now, I don't know about you, but I've had some pretty spooky experiences myself in the past, particularly after friends and loved ones have died. Almost as if I've been haunted in the weeks after they've passed, in the most vivid of dreams. It's a deeply personal thing, and I understand if people don't want to speak about it. But there you go. It's happened all the same. Anyway, all that said, hope you enjoyed this short insight into spiritualism. I'm Steve. This has been Bright Weird. Thanks for watching.